Hello there, psychology students. Professor Zeeb here, and welcome to your online psychology class. I thought I would just create this video to kind of orient you towards the class, introduce myself. So I am Professor Zeeb once again. I'm absolutely excited to be working with you. Some of my hobbies would include playing guitar, scuba diving, and of course academics, is which I specialize in and obviously do for a living. Anyway, welcome to this late start online section. So let me just say from the beginning that it's going to be, an accelerated class because it is a late start type semester, which basically means we cover the information in a shorter amount of time. So the way I have designed the semester is to kind of start out slow with our first unit, but then things will ramp up very quickly. So I want to prepare you for that, where we'll be covering basically 2 chapters per week in the coming weeks. All right, so please make sure you watch this video in entirety. There's a lot of important announcements going on in this. So the first thing is the textbook. You need to get the textbook as soon as possible, immediately. The textbook is 100% mandatory because you'll be using it for pretty much all your assignments. So you need that as soon as possible, and obviously to start reading it and to be able to take the quizzes. Okay. By the way, I do have a copy on reserve of the textbook on reserve at the library. So that's for you guys for in use in the library only. So if you're waiting for your textbook to arrive or whatever, you can't get it yet, that is an option. So there's going to be no excuses. You need to get the textbook as soon as possible. Please read the syllabus in entirety. Okay, so I have a lot of class policies and procedures. Make sure you read the syllabus and then email me if you have any questions. So you can find the syllabus right from the homepage when you get into our class shell. Okay, so this week there is a discussion and quiz due, which are mandatory. So let me just explain that discussion's always a little bit confusing because there are 2 due dates. Students aren't aware of this, and they often go by the calendar and to-do list in Canvas. Do not use those. Please use the syllabus and the unit summaries, okay? But anyway, with the discussions, there's always 2 due dates. There's the original post and then 2 peer replies after that. So you'll see 2 due dates there on the assignment itself. So our first due date for discussion number 1, it's the original post is due on October 3rd, okay? So that is a mandatory deadline you have to meet. And then the 2 peer replies will be due on October 12th. So once again, the discussion do have 2 due dates. Please be aware of that. A question I get from students is, Professor Z, where is the work? What am I supposed to be doing? So if you go to modules, the link on the left side of the page there, that will open up our modules and you'll find all my lectures and instructional materials. I want to point your attention to the unit summaries. Really important because I've laid out what you're supposed to be doing in what order and when, by what date in those unit summaries. You'll find those at the top of the unit, basically. So make sure you read that immediately to know what you should be doing, okay? So once again, all the due dates are there as well as on the syllabus. Each chapter will have quizzes, and some chapters do have 2. So this week we're covering chapter 1. So you have a mandatory quiz due date on October 5th. So that is, approaching pretty quickly here. So you have to take that chapter 1 quiz, and obviously you're going to take all the chapter quizzes. By the way, you do get to drop your lowest quiz score. So Canvas will automatically drop whatever quiz score is the lowest. So for example, if you don't take a quiz or you bomb one, Canvas will be forgiving as well as me, and you'll get to drop your lowest quiz score. So let me just kind of reiterate because this is a very important point. You have 2 mandatory things you have to do this week, or you will be dropped from the class most likely. That is the original post for discussion number 1 on October 3rd, and the chapter 1 quiz due on October 5th. If you do not complete those, you will probably be dropped from the class. So make sure you do that. That will show me that you're active in the class, you're serious about it, because I have students who sign up for the class and don't do anything. So this is my way of judging whether or not you are serious and are willing to participate, which is mandatory. By the way, I do have a one-time late pass in play with the class. So obviously life happens. Sometimes you can't turn an assignment in. So the way this works is you have to notify me within 24 hours of the due date to be able to use that, to be granted that. If that's okay and you do that, then you will have 3 days to submit your assignment with a late penalty, and this is described on the syllabus. So once again, you can only use that once per semester for the class, and you must notify me within 24 hours of the due date of the assignment, okay? I also want to know why you did not complete it, so make sure you include that in your email. Just communicate with me, let me know what's going on and the reason why you could not complete the assignment. Please check your email and the Canvas announcements daily. This is how I'm communicating with you, okay? So it is 100% your responsibility to check your email through Canvas and your student, the college assigned student email account and the announcements in Canvas for communication, because I often post important announcements or if I need to talk to you. So it's your responsibility to check those daily because those could come at any time. So please be checking that regularly. Another question I get is, Professor Z, when do we meet? When are we supposed to be meeting online? This class is completely what we call asynchronous, which means there are no live class sessions. I've pre-recorded everything and it's all ready to go. I'm enrolling each unit one at a time. So the way it works is you work at your own pace as long as you meet the deadlines, okay? But you do not have to be online at a certain day, certain time type thing, okay? So there are no live class sessions. The next thing I want to talk about is really important, and for all of your assignments, you'll be using APA format. Some of you may not be familiar with that. So I put some information in the orientation module about APA formatting. Please read that and follow those instructions because you will be graded on that. And if you do not include APA formatting in your assignments, you will be heavily penalized. So make sure you read that. And then if you don't know how to do it or need help, please reach out as soon as possible. And then I can meet with you or we can discuss how to do APA formatting if you're uncomfortable with it or never done it before, okay? Another important thing, some problems we've been having with students is using AI technology. You cannot use AI technology in any way to write your assignments and they will not be accepted, okay? That includes Grammarly. You have to write it completely on your own and it has to be 100% original. So keep in mind, I will be checking every assignment for this, and if I see that, it will not be accepted and it's an automatic 0. Okay, so please do not risk using any type of AI in any of your assignments because you will be heavily penalized for doing so. Okay, show me that you know the material, show me that you understand what the class is about. That's really what I'm looking for as an instructor, to gauge your understanding of the class material. All right, next thing is my online office hours. So I do hold virtual online office hours every Monday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. on Zoom. So the link to that office hour, the link to the office hours is in the Start Here menu, which I want you to read. Okay, make sure you look that over as well. But you'll find the link to my Zoom meetings there on the Start Here menu for my office hours. Now, I realize some of you are probably working or can't meet during that time. So if you need to speak with me and you can't meet Monday mornings, just shoot me an email and then we'll arrange a time to meet. I'm definitely willing to accommodate you as best as I can with my schedule. So if you need to talk to me, please reach out and then we'll make something work. All right. As I said before, make sure you read the Start Here page so you can access that from the very front page. There's a link, there's important links in that red box you'll see. So make sure you've read the Start Here page as well. And then as always, if you ever need help or assistance in the class, please email me as soon as possible and I'll be more than willing to help you. Well, it's going to be a great semester. I just want to officially welcome you to the class. The material is very interesting and relatable, so I think you'll find it interesting and definitely you'll be able to utilize it in your own life. So please reach out if you have questions. Enjoy the semester, and I will see you on